Yes, sir. We back. Get comfortable.
Yes, sir.
Off season.
All men are created equal. Some just work harder during the off season.
Let's work.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Big 38 Go Hawkum.
Yes, sir. It's Coach Carey, aka MC4.
You now tuned in to This Is Me. On this episode of This Is Me, we're going to dive in a little bit more into what we heard on the last podcast.
Okay.
What they missed out on. If you ain't watch it yet, go watch the off-season pod. You feel me? Subscribe, follow, like on Instagram, follow us on Instagram.
Tell a friend, tell another friend who tells a friend, and we all tell friends.
And not everybody's friendly.
Now we all friends. I like it. Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? But we're going to dive in a little bit deeper on this podcast to understand.
Okay.
Give the people a little bit more of our background of what we like to do on a day-to-day basis, not really like if it's, coaching, teaching, if it's mentoring, if it's, playing football, all the stuff that you like to do. I want the people to kind of more understand who we are.
Like kind of like peel the layers off of us and like kind of really see who we are as people outside of what we're known for.
Right. We're going to let that guard down and really give the people what they really want.
Oh, yeah. That's what they want. They want to know who we are.
So, yeah, I think we also got to tell the people we are, for right now, are going to merge each other's podcasts.
Yep. Exciting. I'm excited to bring the breakdown and This Is Me together. I think it can be, we kind of have the same concept of how we want to roll with our individual podcast. So it was like, it only made sense to kind of rock with each other for the time being.
Yeah, man. I think it's going to be great content. I think it's going to be a great way to let the people, because I think This Is Me and the breakdown obviously go together. We're breaking down people's lives at the same time getting to know the actual person.
Oh yeah, we're driving. Like we said, we're peeling layers off everybody right now. We're really diving deep into who these people are.
Right. So I think I'll let you start off. Go on and shoot the people a little bit what your off season of 2022 looked like. And then we'll go later on, but let's talk about 2022 since we just started in 2022.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 2022 kind of a little different than I'm used to because when you're coaching, a lot of times you know the next season you're going to be with that team. Right. I made a jump in my career. I'm now going to Kane University to be the safeties coach there. Super excited about that. The opportunity by Coach Garrett is once in a lifetime. I'm super excited to get to work there. So I've actually been kind of grinding a little more because there's a lot of stuff that I got to learn. You coming into a new program, even a new level of football, there's a lot of different things that goes on.
Right.
So right now I'm just kind of learning. It's a big learning curve for me. I mean, off seasons, a lot of times they're learning new things of what you can bring to the program that you're with at that point. Now I'm with a new program, so it's really exciting that I get to kind of put in some work and really learn the ins and outs of what I got to learn about for Kane University.
Yeah, so what do you think is the biggest thing for you, like, going from high school to college? Like, what's the biggest difference in coaching? Because, you can't always coach a high school player how you coach a college player. You can't coach a college player how you used to coach a high school player.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what do you think is the biggest adjustment moving to the college level, back to the college level? Going to ASA where you were at, going to high school.
Yep.
What's the adjustment now going to D3 school where you went to school?
Yeah. I mean, for me, and I'm who I am. I'm not going to change my coaching style just because I'm going to a new level. Right. I think it's just more about adapting to the types of players you're coaching. High school, a little younger, could be a little more immature. You're dealing with some stuff that they're in there at those key growing stages, and they're looking at somebody as like a mentor and for some discipline and stuff like that. I think once you get to college, especially at this level, you're coaching only kids that like they love the game. They were above average high school players with the opportunity to play at the next level. So they want to be great. They want the fine tuning, the little details. They want to be coached hard, and I think that's kind of what I did in high school. So I think it's going to be an easy transition for me because I've been there before, and I'm a little on the younger side for coaching. So I'm able to kind of adapt and know what they're thinking and they're going through because I'm not far off their age. I think the oldest guy in the room, he's a year younger than you. So I would have played high school ball with him. I think that's cool in my opinion. I get to kind of have that relationship with these guys that, hey, I'm not 40, 50, 60 years old coaching for a long time. I'm young and I'm ambitious and I'm ready to go.
I think that's a key point. I think some coaches try to talk down to their players and try to put them below them sometimes, to where it's like if you played the sport, you actually want someone you can relate to teach you what to do on the field, because then you trust that person more on a respect level of, all right, I relate to him, so I'm going to trust him. He's going to put me in the best positions.
Yep.
He's not going to lead me in the wrong direction of, just to make him, just to hear the, just to make it seem good in front of the head coach, the defensive coordinator. It's a dude who actually cares about who he's coaching, what he got going on. So I think that's a good that, you're still young, you're still trying to provide a source and a resource for players that a few years younger than you.
Exactly.
I think that's cool.
It's a cool experience just being a young coach, because we don't necessarily had that opportunity to be coached by young guys, especially I know for you're playing at an elite level when you're at Ole Miss, and then coming into the NFL, you don't really get coached by guys that are close to your age.
Right.
You're those guys that get at those levels, they're getting their experiences, they're in the game for 20, 30 years. I'm not even 30 years old yet.
Right.
So you're getting a whole different experience. That brings for me to ask you, what's your off season like?
I would say, the thing I enjoy most, like I said on the off season, was training people.
Yeah.
I think training people was something I wasn't always thinking I was gonna do. I think it's something that grew on me as I got the chance to go to the league, and growing up, going to all these different training facilities, training there to get better at my craft and everything. I never really had like a set trainer until I got to college. I went to Test Football Academy, where I went from basically senior year of high school all the way through combine training.
Yeah.
I went to Debo training system with Dan Huff. Had all these different DB coaches. You were my DB coach for a while before you went to ASA, and during ASA and all that stuff. So I think training people, getting all this work done from other trainers, and them like diving into my life outside of football, I think it really provided a lane for me to kind of get into, and inspiring me to get into training people. Yeah. I think everybody would say, yo, you'll be a good coach, because, I love football, so I love diving into a playbook, knowing every position, what affects what position. But I think you build a better relationship with someone in the off season, when their grind, when the stuff that you don't see is happening. Okay. When it's not the day-to-day, he's not getting the praise for squatting 300 pounds. He's not getting the praise for, benching, his speed and agility, his DB work planting, but he's getting the praise during the season. But all that work happens
in the off season.
Yes,
sir.
So I think that's something that I fell in love with very new. I went to school for broadcast journalism. Something I fell in love with as a kid. I always wanted to be the anchor, this and that.
In front of the camera.
Even if it was a radio. I really just wanted to be talking about sports and talking about, life, and talking about stuff that's going on.
Social issues, like
all
that stuff.
All of it. I love everything that has to do with media. You know what I'm saying? My dad's a media major. He's the media manager at NYU. So, media's always been in my life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
you have that background that you didn't even really pick up on.
But I think training people has been something that, seeing a kid come in and who can't even do a proper squat. I don't know everything, but the field of training, being able to ask people that are willing to help. I think it's such a growing industry where people are always helping the next person. Yeah. It's not like, oh, it's my way, it's only my way. No. Players always adapting, so trainers got to always adapt, and your way might be outdated, so you got to learn what the next person's trying to do, what's the next drill to do to help the player accomplish his goals.
How to get them there.
So I think that's something I really enjoy doing. It's just been fun. It's been it's been amazing just to see people go from. I have young kids to old kids.
The pro. I have the honor, and we get to train these kids at Limitless Monday through Friday on a weekly basis, and I'm learning from you in the training aspect, and seeing you really dive deep into how to do things, and and you're creating your own way of doing things while you're at it. And I think that's pretty cool because no one's really reinventing the wheel. Like,
Nah.
the same drills are done. Everyone just has their spin on it.
Right.
And I think you're able to start really creating your style of training at Limitless and being able to, train the younger kids. Because then when I was able to go with you that day for the test, the DB training and stuff like that, you were like, those guys were looking up to you. And it was like, yo, what he says matters. They really, truly consider and they think about, okay, what he said, he's doing it right now. And that's where I want to be. So
Right.
I'm listening to him. And you get through to those guys, which was really cool to see because I could see you doing it with the kids, but now seeing that you have that ability to create those relationships with guys that are close to your age,
Right.
That's pretty cool to see because that's some growth. And you just keep doing it, man. You're doing good.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for me is to kind of break down that barrier of some of the players. Because, I did the, test for the opportunity, Kevin and Gear for giving me the opportunity to do the combine training, to trust in me of, what to do, how to get the players better. Because combine's a serious time.
Yeah.
Those players are trying to get drafted. And they trusted me, someone who's 2 years into the league, going on his third year, to run the combine training. So I think the biggest thing I wanted to do was break that barrier of I'm not trying to teach you something different.
Yeah.
Whatever you're good at, whatever you do, if it's T-plant, if it's, the bike, whatever you do, how you break, how you read, how you do this, I just want to make you better at what you do. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to learn something in 8 weeks.
At that point, they're going into the league. You're everybody has their set ways of how they feel comfortable doing things. It's your job now to just kind of fine tune it.
Exactly.
You're just fine tuning it.
And then also to break that barrier of just because I'm your age, I've learned from people that have trained me and figured it out my way. So you don't have to believe in what I say, but I think my way works sometimes.
Because it got you to where you are now.
Exactly, and I'm still grinding every day. I have a trainer, I have a speed and agility trainer, I have a DB trainer, and I have a weight room trainer.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I can't train myself because I can't tell if I'm doing. Sometimes you can't tell if you're doing the right proper squat, the proper break. So
you need an extra pair of eyes on you.
Exactly. I enjoy the part of being coached.
You're coachable.
I love it.
And that's a big thing is being coachable. We train kids that sometimes, they give us a hard time and it's like, yo, lock in so that you can be and just be coachable, right? If we're making a correction, learn from that correction. And the fact that you're able to do that is going to be, that's going to be why you continue growing in this field, right? On and off the field too, because you got to be coachable when you're playing football.
I think some people get so caught up in the way it sounds than rather the message. You know what I'm saying? When coaches, say something to you, it's not always they might be in the heat of mode, they might be angry.
Yeah.
But take away the anger and actually listen to what they're saying.
What are they talking about? Yeah.
Because what they're saying is going to help you. Because they see it from a different lens.
Yeah.
They're seeing it from a different point of view of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to not always, all right, he might be cursing at you, he might be yelling at you, but what is he actually saying?
That's me. That's how I coach.
You know what I'm saying? It's always about the person the coach is not attacking the person. They're attacking the performance.
Exactly. And that's what I think a lot of young players don't understand is they start getting yelled at and they say how soft this generation is and to each its own, everyone has their opinion.
Yeah.
But I think growing up we were getting yelled at. It was hard nosed, this is how you get coached. So that's how I coach. I bring that intensity and I curse and I get on guys, but at the end of the day, it all derives from the relationships that I have with the player.
The relationships.
It all derives from that. If, like you said, you brought up the trust thing earlier. If a player can't trust a coach, there's going to be no way that those two work out together.
No way.
If the player doesn't trust that coach, doesn't know that you truly care about them and stuff like that, then that relationship and their performance will be affected by that relationship, in my opinion.
Right. I think that's what anything builds on, relationships last so long.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the biggest part of sports, life, off the field, on the field, job, no job, It's all about relationship. Most people get into certain jobs because of the relationship they built, not of what's on their resume.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly.
Who you know gets you there. What you know keeps you there.
Exactly.
Shout out to my dad for that one.
Shouts out to Papa Carey, big dog. But I think that's my biggest thing. I say my second right now is the podcast. I think this is something that I enjoy. You know, I give myself a platform. You know, and I think I don't think it's just a podcast. I think it's media in general. I think I'm really enjoying sitting on the game and streaming where I could be myself and also talk to my friends on the mic. Mm-hmm. You know,
I'm providing entertainment for somebody that's
chilling at the crib. You know,
that's it.
They're chilling at the crib. You know, follow me on Twitch. You know, Hawkem38. You already know the vibes. Come on, man. But
what games? Tell them what games you playing.
COD. Anybody that wants, I'm probably the best COD player in the NFL.
Stamp that.
Bow. Best COD player in the NFL. Madden. Anybody could get this smoke. I'm putting myself in. I don't care what you say.
He's putting himself in that elite category right now. We might have to set some games up.
I got a few people. Cody Core is running from me right now.
Yeah?
He told me that he wanted to play.
CC's running from you?
CC's running from me.
Oh, no.
You know, so that's another topic for another day. Yeah. We'll see if that game comes up. But
we might have to throw some.
I'll let you guys know who won that game on a later podcast.
Oh, it's coming.
It's coming. But I think the media in general, you know, the streaming, the podcast, giving myself that lane of, you know, expressing who I am outside of football, I think is something that I didn't think I would do right now.
Yeah.
You know, I always thought like later down the line, once I'm done playing, maybe I'll do a podcast. But, you know, Mike Seabrook, shouts out to Mike, really opened my eyes to really why not now?
Yeah.
Why wait when I have all these people, you know, fans and all this and that? Why wait until you're 40 to start something when you could start something with the fan base you have now
and then grow it. You just grow, start now, and then by the time you're 40, it's like, oh, I'm glad I started this now because if I'm starting it at 40, huge difference where it could go.
Right. So I would say media in general is good for me. What about you?
You know, outside of the coaching, you know, working at the gym, I'm really, really enjoying that. You know, we got a great group of guys there. You know, the family atmosphere that we've created. You know, we're a safe haven, I think, for a lot of the kids that come and train with us. You know, it's their getaway. Anything can be going on in their life, but they come to us, and we know that for that hour and a half that they're working out, they are going to smile and they are going to have a good time. Right. And you know,
even we're yelling at them.
Even exactly, they know why we're yelling at them because I think we do a good job at yelling at them, and then at the end of the workout, we break it down like, fellas, this is why we're yelling at you. Like, we're not just getting mad to get mad.
Right.
There's reasons behind it, and we give them those reasons because if we don't just yell at them and then we go about our day, they're not. I would hate me if you were constantly yelling at me.
Any other trainer then.
Exactly. You know, we care about the kids that we train. You know, we're on top of them about their grades because student athlete. You know, you can't play sports without getting good grades, and you know, for us. If we don't care about their grades, we're just like you said, we're just every other trainer. Right. You know, we're separating ourselves because we truly do care about them, the individual.
I think one of the biggest things I'm starting to see is the accountability they have in each other. Mm-hmm. You know, you see, all right, one's messing up, you can see another person like, yo, bro, like pick it up. Like, we're not here to play around. We're here to get better every day.
That team, they're a team. Every day.
Just the little things I start to see in each person. Finding their own way in the gym and who they are and kind of coming out of their shell, becoming a friends outside of the gym. You know what I'm saying? They're bringing other people into their circle that come into the gym. And it's like, it's not just this clique and then this clique. It's like everybody's to each other. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's something that I think we're doing right. Mm-hmm. So I think we just got to keep building there. And shouts out to my boy Joey for holding it down.
Yes, sir. Joey V.
My dog, you know what I'm saying?
Dog right there.
My young bull.
He holds it down. He does good. Yeah. He's killing it right now.
He's killing it.
That's a good get by us.
I think he's going to be one of the best trainers in Central Jersey, in New Jersey. I agree. Because he puts in the work outside of the gym.
Yep, he
cares about who's there. He cares about the mission that we have in general. Mm-hmm. So I think having him as our on the team as a Limitless Fitness Athletics is super.
Yeah, he's a good get. He does good with the kids. You know, he cares about his training. Like, he wants to grow as a trainer, which is awesome to see.
Right.
Also on top of, everything we're doing at the gym, like you said, I'm going to piggyback off you, the podcast, what we're creating right here is a truly special between Donald, Ty, Sal, we got my brother Cam, Mickey. We got a solid team right behind us, all who care. This is a group of guys that really truly cares about the growth of what we have going here. And I think that we just continue to keep growing, baby steps. Rome wasn't built in a night, but we keep building, we keep going. And
is it a night or a day?
I don't know. Rome built in a night?
That doesn't sound right. I think it's Rome
wasn't built in a day. Did I say night?
You definitely said night.
So Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah, there we go. Sounds better.
What I said, Rome wasn't built overnight. I think that's what I said. All right, whatever. Anyway, but what we got going on here is truly special, and I'm excited. It's baby steps, but we keep taking those baby steps. We're gonna be somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be something special. We might not have the people watching now, but I think in the long run they'll see how genuine we are and what we have to give them the content and all that. I think people will appreciate where we're coming from every podcast. Because not every podcast is going to be the same. So I think, as Donald always says, it's not your average.
This isn't it. Facts. This is not your average. This is not your average network.
Stop playing with us.
I'm playing with us.
But you already know that was our second podcast, and that's a wrap. It's over.
Appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let us know what you think. Appreciate you guys.
And this your boy Myles Hartsville, aka Holcomb38, signing out. Peace.
Off season.
All men are created equal. Some just work harder during the off season.
Let's work.